for the COVID-19 update from the City of Lloydminster. Today is Thursday, April 30, 2020. We have questions today from Primetime Local News and 106.1 The Goat. We will start with Primetime. Question 1. What is the city's reaction to the cluster of COVID-19 cases that have been identified in Lloydminster?
The city was surprised and concerned to learn of the spread of COVID cases in Lloydminster that we learned of yesterday in the Premier's address to the province. First, our thoughts and our prayers go to our healthcare workers working at our hospital, and then that's our doctors and our nurses and support staff as well, our dietary and cleaning. I think it's more important now than ever that the city collectively comes together to fight the virus, and we do that by practicing good social distancing.
And to follow up with the first part of that response, question 2 fits into that. When did the City of Lloydminster first become aware of the number of new cases in the city?
The City of Lloydminster became aware of these cases yesterday at the same time the rest of the community did.
And question 3, as a result of the outbreak, Lloydminster can't begin with the reopen plan. What's the city's reaction on that? And to follow up, what can the city expect? When can the city expect to begin phase 1 of the Reopen Saskatchewan plan?
So we have been following across our whole city the recommendations from our Chief Medical Officer of Health in Saskatchewan. We don't know right now what that may look like in terms of the reopening of Lloydminster and following Reopen Saskatchewan, but we will be connecting with our Saskatchewan Health and Saskatchewan Health Authority to best inform our residents and businesses.
And their last question. Recently, the city has announced the cancellation of summer events, which include Canada Day, Heritage Day, Street Fest, and the Pet Expo. Can you explain what went into that decision?
Both of our provinces have mandated limits on public gatherings, and the city was facing significant challenges in planning and executing public events, including our Canada Day and Heritage Days. These challenges are not just felt here in Lloydminster. There have been several large-scale public events across the country that have been had to cancel due to COVID-19. Things like our Klondike Days as well as Calgary Stampede. Canceling these events is something we indeed grappled with. However, at the end of the day, public safety remains our utmost priority. Considering the recent news, we have still come so far in the battle against COVID-19, and we must continue to protect each other until we overcome this pandemic.
And next, a few questions from 106.1 The Goat. Question 1, with yesterday's announcement of the city reopening being pushed back, how will it affect the local economy?
So we are working closely with the city's Economic Development Department, which has coordinated an economic recovery plan for the city, and there will be continued discussions with local business community to ensure that they have the latest information. They continue to have an open line of communication with businesses to address the COVID-19 impacts on the economy. We encourage all business owners to visit the city's website to learn more about some of the available business resources, and there are also several resources available from the provincial governments depending on where the business is located, and as well as the federal government.
And question 2, did the Saskatchewan government give the city more information how the reopen plan will be implemented after the outbreak is over?
So today we are collecting information from our provincial partners on when and where the City of Lloydminster's reopen plan will happen, and we continue to take the recommendations from our Saskatchewan Health.
And their last question, will there be stricter enforcement for those who are not following public health guidelines in the city?
To our knowledge, there have not been any stricter guidelines put into place. However, as we all can appreciate, this situation is very fluid. These guidelines can change at any moment.